I hope you are enjoying this Python programming series. In previous video, we learned about variables. So now you can solve one problem. What is the problem? Problem is write a program to swap values of two variables. Correct? Let me further explain that to you. So we'll come to screen. And what I want you to do, I want you to take two variables. First, let's say A and B. Okay? And initialize A with some value. Initialize B with some value. Okay. Now I want, after this input is given, you will write a Python program. A Python program you will write. Okay. Let's say this is your Python program. After this Python program, the output will be A will become 7 and B will become 5. Basically, swap will happen. This is what I want you to do. How will you do it? So let's do first thing first. Let's take A equal to 5 and B equal to 7. If I print value of A, you know it's going to be 5, and if I print value of B, it is going to be 7. Now let's see what happens in program. So for Python, what happened? A variable A declared with the value 5, a variable B declared and initialized with the value of 7. After that, if I have to write swapping, usually what happens? Usually what people do? So they do, let's do one thing, A equal to B. Since we have to swap the value, so B's value will go to A's value. Fine. So what will happen? When you write this statement, A will become what? 7. So in that case, the 4 will be overwritten by 7. Done? Because B's value is 7. Finally, people say, let's now do one thing. Let's write B equal to A. So according to people, the values are swapped. See? Okay, let's try to execute this now. B equal to A. So when B becomes A, that means the A's value will come to B's value. What is the value of A right now? 7, not 5. Correct? So now B will become 7. So in this case, A will become 7 and B will also become 7. Hence the problem is not solved. Let's see. A equal to B and B equal to A. Usually this is what people do. So if I print the value of A, what is that? 7. If I print the value of B, what is that? 7. So it's not solved. So how to solve it? In this case, what we'll do, we will take another variable, usually known as temporary variable. So we have a variable A, then we have a variable B. It has a value 5, it has a value 7. Then we will take one more variable. Since we will not use it further, we will simply write a temporary variable. Okay. Now what I am going to do, I am going to, before overwriting the value of A, okay, so what was the program? A equal to B and B equal to A. This was the program. Before that, before overwriting the value of A, I will say, let's first save A's value somewhere. So I will save this value here in temp. So temp will become 5. So how will I write it? I will say temp is equal to A, isn't it? Now what happens? Temp holds the value of A. Perfect. Now I saved this value somewhere. So it's perfectly fine to overwrite it. Now I will execute A equal to B. Okay. So the value of B will come to this. So remember, this was the first step and this is the second step. So when value of B becomes value of A, then A becomes 7. Perfect. Now, rather than saying B equal to A, because A is 7, what I am going to say, where I saved the value of A? In temp. Isn't it here? So I will make this as value of B. So I will say now put this value to B. Now when I put this value to B, what will happen? It will become 5. And in order to do that, what I will do, I will say B equal to temp. And that is how what I did. I swapped the value. See, now the value of A is 7, value of B is 5. Previously it was opposite. A was 5. Now A is 7. See, let's try to do it. Okay, so what I am going to do, I am going to take a temporary variable. So I am saying temp equal to A. I saved A's value somewhere. Now I write B, A is equal to B. Because A's value is already saved somewhere, so I can override it. Done. Now I am putting the value of B to A, and finally what I will do, I will say B is equal to temp. Now the value of A that I saved in temp, I am saving it again in B. With these three steps, if I now check the value of A, it should have swapped. And if I check the value of B, it should have swapped, but it is not swapped. Why? Because our previous values, the value of A was 7 and B was 7. Okay. So let me just now clear it. I will write it again. So I'll say A was 5, B is 7. Okay. Logic doesn't change. Logic was correct. So I am saying temporary holds the value of A. Now I am safe to override the value of B. Now what I can do, I can put the value of temporary to B. With these three lines, if I now check the value of A, it should become 7. And if I check the value of B, it should become 5. Perfect. Value swapped. So this is one approach with the help of third variable. Now let's come to the second approach. So we have already learned about multiple assignment, where we were able to assign values to multiple variables in one go. How we can do it? I just check the value of A, then check the value of B. Okay. A is 7, B is 5, fine. Now I am saying I want to do this. I want to initialize both together or update both together by opposite value, like B, then A. So here, this statement says what? This statement says that A's value will be stored in B and B's value will be stored in A. So logically it is correct. Okay. And it is correct actually. But why it works, it's very important to understand that. Let's see. A has a value of 7 and B has a value of 5. Perfect. Now, because this is an assignment operator, what does it do? It first try to solve the right hand side things. So what is right hand side? B. So B's value will come here. What it is? 5. A's value will come here too. What it will become? 7. Now, actually assignment operator is going to solve this. It has already made the copies of those values. 5 and 7 are there now. And no longer it is being used from the memory location. So from the variable's value. Now if I execute it, what will happen? Now A will become what? 7 and B will become 5. Values are swapped. Let's see. If I press enter, if I now check the value of A, what is it? 5. If I check the value of B, what it is? 7. Previously A was 7. Now A is 5. B was 5. Now B is 7. So these are the two approaches to solve this problem where you want to swap the values of two variables. Okay. So because you know about the variables, that's why you are able to solve this problem. There are many such problems that you can solve just by the knowledge that you have already acquired. So what you do to try to solve such kind of problems. We'll now meet in our next video. I hope you are enjoying this series. Thank you very much.